So this video is going to be to cultivate your yoga as a spiritual practice. It's going to be basically 3 parts. There'll be a brief time of intention setting and a spinal warm-up. You might just do that. You could continue on to 2 Sun Salutations. And if you have trouble getting up and down off the floor, go to the end of the video and I'll show some modifications for using the wall or a chair. And then at the end, we're going to do some silence, practicing silence in the form of Christian centering prayer. You could put all 3 sections together as a practice or do any one of them. First thing I'm going to do is light a candle and designate this as a sacred space. I'm going to set it over here on the side. So you might want to do that. In addition to a candle on your mat, you might want to grab a blanket or a yoga block to sit on. Again, remember, you could always start sitting in a chair. I'm going to come down on the floor safely, right? And I'm going to sit on the block. So find a comfortable seat, and we'll take a few moments to settle in. So sitting up tall, maybe rocking from side to side a little bit, get nice and centered, feel your spine nice and long. And then start to follow your breath. Maybe close your eyes. Feel yourself grounded. Your shoulders settling. The back of your neck long. There's a couple of options for setting your intention. You could start with a simple breath prayer. You could use the Hebrew name for God, Yahweh. You inhale on the Yah sound, and you exhale on the Weh sound. And you could complete that as your mantra through the whole practice, silently to yourself or out loud. You could use it as a meditation on scripture. So today I'm going to share Psalm 25 verses 4 and 5 with you. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all day long. So perhaps this is an opportunity to slow down. You could make this a prayer for someone else, a moving prayer for a group of people, or someone else in your life. So once you've set your intention, slowly open your eyes, and our spinal warm-up will be done to the Lord's Prayer. So it's mostly a way to get moving. This is a suggestion. If there's some other way you'd like to move to the Lord's Prayer, please feel free. Just do it safely, right? So on inhale, open your arms. Our Father in heaven. And let them fall down. And again, inhaling up. Hallowed be thy name. Bring your hands to your heart center. Then we're going to flow side to side. So thy kingdom come. No pain anywhere, right? And go to the other side. Thy will be done. And again, on earth. Keep yourself grounded as it is in heaven. Nice long stretch. And then we'll gently twist. So maybe without our arms first. Give us this day. Twist to the other side, our daily bread. And then maybe make it a little bigger. Sweep your arms and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Right? And now I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see me. So we've moved our spine to the side and we've done some twists, right? And then interlace your fingers, hollow out like a C shape. Lead us not to temptation. Raise your arms up, maybe a little stretch, back bend. And deliver us from evil. All right? Bring your hands back to your heart center. And again, for thine is the kingdom and the glory Arms up overhead and hands back to the heart, forever and ever. Amen. So you might practice that a few times. So having safely warmed our spines, I'm going to stand up again, right, and do a couple of sun salutations. So get there safely. Maybe you want to do it through a downward facing dog. So once you get to standing, bring your arms overhead and your hands back to your heart. I'm going to move my block. Again, 2 sun salutations. You might want to use your block to help. So I'm at the top of my mat, mountain pose, Tadasana. Come back to the intention you set. And keep that as your focus as we move through the sun salutation. Keep moving with the breath. Inhaling, arms up. Soften your knees and exhale, gently fold forward. Do what's safe for you. Inhaling, half forward fold, upside down L. Exhaling, take the right leg way back in high lunge so the front knee stays over the ankle. Float the knee down, relax the foot. Inhaling, low crescent lunge. Arms go up, and exhaling, find your way to a plank or a modified plank. You inhale here, and then you exhale, chest and chin to the mat. Stick with your intention. Inhale, gentle back bend. Exhaling, forehead to the mat. Squeeze your elbows in, reverse your push-up. And if it's safe, find a downward facing dog and exhale. Now we're going to bring the left foot forward so that we end up with the same leg forward. So get there however you can. Maybe you come onto your knees and bring that leg forward. Maybe your back knee is still down, right? Then we turn to Warrior 2. So heel to arch alignment. Bring your shoulders over your hips. A couple of breaths here. You could add some other motion if you like. Extended side angle, a reverse warrior. One more inhale and exhale. Maybe go a little deeper. And then windmill yourself around. Back to the top of the mat. Get there safely. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhaling, hang like a rag doll. Reverse your dive, arms up in the air, Tadasana. And exhale, hands to the heart. I'm going to go to the other end of my mat so I don't have my back to you. If you're practicing at home, if you have your mat perpendicular to me, then you will turn from side to side and not have your back to me. So releasing your hands, inhale your arms up. And exhale, gently forward fold. Folding toward the earth. Maybe perhaps thinking, focusing on the third eye between your brow, connecting with wisdom. And inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, soften your knees. This time we're taking the left leg way back in low lunge. Right, so that we can inhale crescent. And exhale, hands to the mat. Find your top of a push-up, knees or toes. Exhaling, chaturanga down. Maybe as you gently back bend, you focus on the heart. Inhale, gentle arch, signifying beauty. Exhale, come back to your intention. Squeeze the elbows in, reverse your push-up. If it's safe, find downward facing dog and exhale. Maybe thinking of the legs as the 2 pillars of the temple. Then inhale, prepare yourself to find that right foot forward again in low lunge or high lunge. And then we bring the shoulders over the hips. Take an exhale. So perhaps here focusing on the core or creativity, or perhaps the arms, right arm power, left arm love. One more breath, maybe go a little deeper. And then windmill yourself back around to the top of the mat. Back foot comes to meet the front. Exhaling, root those feet. Inhale, half forward fold. The feet signify the presence, being fully present to your practice, to yourself, to something bigger than yourself, the divine. Arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And the whole point of the movement is to be able to sit in stillness. So safely find your way back to the mat. And again, I'm going to sit on my block. All right. So perhaps you want to move a little bit more before we sit in silence. We're going to sit for about 5 minutes. Okay? So Christian centering prayer, we use the 4 R's as reminders, and they stand for resist no thought. So that's just the way our mind works. Our thoughts are going to come, and Ignatius of Loyola suggested that every time you have to come back to your breath or to your body or to maybe your sacred word, if you've chosen the Hebrew name Yahweh as your mantra, or maybe there's another simple word that you'd like to use. Anyway, you come back to that. No judgment. It's just, you can come back as often as you like, coming back to God. So that's the first R, resist no thought. Then react to no thought. So don't judge it at all. And by that, we retain no thought. Again, we're going to just let it float by. So resist no thought, react to no thought, retain no thought. And the 4th R is simply return. So return to your breath, or return to your sacred word. So I invite you to again sit up tall, sit in a chair, sit against a wall if you need. Gently float your eyes closed. Let your body settle. Try not to fidget. Just be fully present. There's nothing magical about this. Don't expect anything to happen. Just be. Nothing to do until you hear my voice again. So as you bring your time of centering prayer to a close, be gentle with yourself. Remember that it's a practice, and every day is different. And every time you have to return to your breath, or your mantra, your sacred word, is an opportunity to return to God. And inhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Exhaling, bow your head to your heart and give yourself that mental pat on the back for taking care of yourself so that you can better connect not only to yourself, but to others and to God. The Spirit in me honors the Spirit in each of you. Namaste. So keep watching if you'd like to see the modifications. First, sun salutation using the wall, and then sun salutation using the chair. Okay, so a sun salutation against the wall. This is great if you need to keep your head above your heart, or if you find it difficult to get up and down off the floor or be on your knees. So I'm using my mat. I've got some other surfaces here, a hardwood floor and a carpet. So you just want to be sure that you're not going to slip, right? We're going to use the wall for support in all phases. So come to about arm's length away from the wall. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, walk yourself back. If you can fold all the way over, that's great. You don't have to. Then inhale, half forward fold. And then take one leg back, your left leg here maybe, and high lunge. So make sure that you've got some space down the middle of the body, right? You're not on a balance beam. Here's your lunge, right? And then exhale, folding forward again, walk your legs back so that when you inhale, hands slightly above the shoulders, you're in kind of a modified plank, right? Exhaling, a little push up, right? And then if it's safe, a gentle back bend, lifting your sternum, not about the low back, right? And we're gonna fold over again. Bring that right foot forward, right? And then come to standing so that you can shift for your warrior two. I'm gonna take my left leg behind me, take my right foot forward, and turn the left heel down and in. So now I'm using the wall for support in your warrior two, as deep as feels safe. Right. Then turn yourself back to the wall and find your Tadasana. So there's that, and then I will use a chair. Again, I'm going to have my chair on a safe surface, right? Block out of the way. 8 or 10 inches away from the chair. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, gently fold forward as safe as you can. Then inhale, half forward fold. Right? I'm going to take my left leg back this time and put my right foot right by the leg of the chair. All right? So I'm going to float that back knee down, my supported low lunge, right? And then I'm going to come to both knees, right? And do the same thing as I did against the wall, a little bit of a push up, right? And then slowly and gently lifting the chest. Maybe the hips drop a little bit. There's your back bend. Then exhaling, fold forward a little bit, right? Bring your right foot back where it was. Curl those back toes under, and here's your warrior two. You can keep holding onto the chair, or your knee could be against the chair for some stability. All right. And then we come back, using the chair to bring us back to Tadasana. Exhaling, gently forward fold. Inhaling, Tadasana. And exhale your hands to your heart.